Good morning. My name is Cruz, and I am an assistant professor at Purdue University. Today, I'm going to be sharing some of the epidemiological knowledge that we have gained over the past few years on the weight loss and how it develops, both over time and space, and what implications that information actually has on disease management. But first of all, we need to start with the worldwide distribution of weight loss, and this is the current distribution. We know that the disease was first detected in 1985 in Brazil. Soon after was detected in other countries in South America in 2016, was detected in Bangladesh, and in 2020 in Zambia. So what are we going to be learning today? We know, for example, that weight loss is an understudied disease, and the lack of epidemiological information and understanding has made its management very challenging. And I will be showing you some of the evidence that demonstrate various dynamics that had never been described before and that our group has published or is in the process of publishing. So we started this endeavor with a few hypotheses in order to test and challenge the status quo. So first, we need to understand that the current understanding on weight loss epidemic is that loss is primarily a disease of spikes at the population level, although we understand that other plant parts can also be affected. Another understanding, and general understanding, I would say, across scientists is that leaf symptoms are not important, and also that disease symptoms are synchronous and widespread. So it was very important to test those hypotheses. But because of a lack of time, I'm going to be jumping into the conclusions and showing some of the evidence. We have published, this is published information, we have concluded that blast signs and symptoms occur in leaves and spikes at the population level, and also results indicate relationships between leaf and spike blast symptom development, especially in susceptible cultivar. And so the information I'm showing right now, especially these graphs, come from unpublished information. This is under review currently. And this is information coming from 2 experiments conducted in Bolivia, where we collected data on the visual symptom development of both leaf and spike. And also we collected information both at the temporal and the spatial levels. And so you can see here that for the most part, leaf symptoms are inconspicuous during the vegetative stages, except in those cases when the conditions are very conducive for disease development. But with other pieces of that I'm not showing here, so we are also seeing that leaf symptoms are also inconspicuous also on cultivars with various levels of resistance. So another piece of information here is that the disease intensity for leaf blast compared to spike blast, it's pretty much different. So and this is both the temporal and also the spatial levels. So you can see that for the most part, the amount of disease on leaves right here, it's much lower than those levels of spike symptoms later on. Another piece of information is that so those symptoms can also be inconspicuous depending on where in the field you are actually checking. That is true at the beginning of spike symptom development, but so for spike symptom development, we are seeing that the disease can be very explosive and that can occur in a very short time. But it's true that the most visible symptoms occur during the reproductive stages. Now, leaf and spike symptoms initially start in different spatial locations of the fields, as I had already mentioned. So with this information, we are concluding that blast should be monitored and potentially managed during earlier stages, and this has implications for chemical and also for genetic resistant management purposes. But definitely more research is needed in order to better understand the various levels of epidemics at multiple locations and also with multiple cultivars. We have also put together a hypothesized disease cycle based on the information collected, and we're backing that up with spore sampling and seeing how the amount of spores can change depending on the cultivar tested. If you want to learn more about what we're doing, please read our publications. And if you want to read additional information, please visit us online and also visit the websites of our partners. With that, thank you very much.